Welcome to the next section, Part 2, Understanding the UK Driving System. Understanding the UK driving system. For many learner drivers, especially those driving in the United Kingdom for the first time, the UK road system can initially seem complicated and intimidating. There are road signs to understand, lane markings to follow, roundabouts to navigate, and traffic laws that must be obeyed. The good news is that once you begin understanding how the system works, driving starts to feel far more logical and manageable. Like most things in life, confidence grows with familiarity and practice. This chapter is designed to help you understand the foundations of the UK driving system in plain English before you begin learning more advanced driving skills. Driving on the left-hand side. Of the first things learners must remember in the UK is that traffic drives on the left-hand side of the road. For people who have previously travelled or driven in countries where traffic keeps to the right, this can take time to adjust to. At first, it may feel unnatural, especially at junctions and roundabouts. However, most learners adapt surprisingly quickly with regular practice. A useful tip is to always remember the driver should normally sit closest to the center of the road. This simple thought can often help you position the car correctly. Understanding learner drivers and L plates. In the UK, learner drivers display L plates on the front and rear of the vehicle. These plates let other road users know that the driver is still learning. While many drivers are patient and understanding around learners, unfortunately, some drivers may become impatient or drive too closely behind learner vehicles. This is something beginners should be prepared for. It is important not to panic or feel pressured by other drivers. Safe driving is always more important than trying to please impatient motorists. Driving tip. Another driver becomes impatient while you are learning. Stay calm and continue driving safely. Their frustration should never force you into making rushed decisions. The importance of observation. One of the biggest differences between experienced drivers and beginners is observation. Experienced drivers constantly scan mirrors, junctions, pedestrians, cyclists, road signs, parked vehicles, and potential hazards ahead. Good observation allows drivers to spot danger early and react calmly instead of suddenly. Many driving mistakes happen not because somebody lacks control of the vehicle, but because they fail to observe properly. Understanding road signs. UK road signs are designed to give drivers important information quickly and clearly. Most road signs fall into three main categories. Circular signs usually give orders. Examples: speed limits, no entry, no parking. Triangular signs, usually warnings. Examples: bends, pedestrian crossings, school zones. Rectangular signs usually provide information. Examples: directions, motorway signs, parking information. At first, learners often worry about remembering every road sign. In reality, many signs become familiar naturally through repeated driving experience. Understanding roundabouts. Many beginners find roundabouts one of the most difficult parts of learning to drive. The key thing to remember is roundabouts are designed to keep traffic flowing safely. At first, they may appear confusing because several vehicles are moving at once. But once learners understand lane positioning, observation, and timing, Roundabouts become far less stressful. In later chapters, we will look at roundabouts in much greater detail. Indicators can sometimes be misleading. Always observe the actual movement and speed of the vehicle, not just the signal alone. Speed limits and road awareness. Speed limits in the UK are maximum legal limits, not targets that drivers must always reach. Weather, visibility, road conditions, traffic, pedestrians, and hazards should always influence your driving speed. Safe drivers adjust their speed according to the situation around them. Driving too fast for conditions is one of the most common causes of accidents. Understanding different types of roads. As learners progress, they will encounter different road types, including residential roads, town and city traffic, country lanes, dual carriageways, and motorways. Each road type presents different challenges. For example, city roads may involve pedestrians and parked cars. Country roads may contain blind bends and fast-moving traffic. Motorways require greater awareness of speed and lane discipline. Part of becoming a safe driver is learning how road conditions constantly change. Confidence builds through experience. Many beginners initially believe experienced drivers are naturally fearless or completely relaxed behind the wheel. The truth is that confidence usually develops gradually through practice, observation, repetition, and experience. Every lesson teaches something new. Even experienced drivers continue learning throughout their driving lives. The aim is not perfection. The aim is steady improvement and safe decision-making. Driving. Good drivers do not simply react to danger. They learn to recognize it early. Chapter summary. The UK drives on the left-hand side of the road. Observation is one of the most important driving skills. Road signs become easier with practice. Speed limits are maximums, not targets. Roundabouts become easier with understanding and experience. Safe driving depends on awareness and patience. The confidence builder. If driving in the UK feels confusing at first, do not worry. Every confident driver once had to learn road signs, junctions, mirrors, gears, and roundabouts for the very first time. Confidence develops one lesson at a time. That's the end of this section. Please re-listen to this section again. And coming up in the next section, the provisional license and theory test.